Okay, so in previous lecture we discussed about the water softening. So water softening, it is a process. It is nothing but the removal of hardness from water, okay, or to convert hard water into soft water. So that process is called as water softening. Okay. So there are various methods which are used for the removal of hardness from water. Okay. So like demineralization process, a lime soda process, and zeolite process. So also one of the method that is boiling. So these different methods which are used for the removal of hardness from water. Okay. So hardness of water, or either you can say hard water, not that much effect on human health, but the limit of hard water should be within as per the BIS standard, Bureau of Indian Standard, so that we can accept that water for the consumption and domestic purpose. Okay, so if the water contain excessive hardness, so it needs to remove the hardness because it causes some diseases like kidney diseases. Okay, so that's why the removal of hardness is important in case of excessive hardness, and these are the various methods which are used for the removal of hardness from water. Okay. So one of the method that is boiling of water, so that we discussed in previous lectures. So how after the boiling of water that remove the hardness from water. Okay. So next method, that method is called as zeolite method. Okay. So as the name indicates, zeolite process. So zeolite, it is a material which is used for the removal of hardness from that water. Okay. So this process is called as zeolite process. So this zeolite process is same as like act as a rapid gravity filter, or is same act like a pressure filter. Okay. So this zeolite structure like a sand structure, and water is allowed to pass through the bed of that zeolite, and during that it remove the hardness and you get the soft water at the end of that filter. Okay. So this zeolite process is act same like as rapid gravity filter or pressure filter. Okay, and that process is called as zeolite process. Okay, so this zeolite process is also called as base exchange process or cation exchange process for the removal of hardness. Okay, so the zeolite are the compounds of aluminum, silica, and soda, and they are available in nature or they can be produced synthetically. Okay, so either you can say zeolite are the natural salts or clays which are hydrated silicates of sodium and aluminum, and the basic or general formula of the zeolite you can say Na2O, Al2O3, SiO2, and H2O, that is sodium zeolite. Okay, so this is what the formula of zeolite. Okay. So the zeolite is hydrated sodium aluminum silicate, and it is also known as permutates. Okay, so zeolite is capable of exchanging its sodium ions, okay, during the producing the hardness producing ions in water. And the types of zeolite are two types, natural zeolite and synthetic zeolite. And this is what the formula for the zeolite, that is Na2O, aluminum, Al2O3, SiO2, and H2O. So the natural zeolite is green in color, so that it also called as green sand. Okay, and the exchange value of this green sand about 7,000 gram to 9,000 gram per meter cube of zeolite. So the synthetic zeolite is produced from feldspar and kaolin clay and soda, and this zeolite, natural zeolite and synthetic zeolite. So these natural zeolite are non-porous in nature and synthetic zeolite are porous in nature. Okay. So you can see this is what the structure of zeolite process, or how the exactly hardness is removed from that hard water. Okay, so this is what the structure of zeolite bed, zeolite process, same like a rapid gravity filter or pressure filter. Water is allowed to pass through the, you can see the hard water. So hard water is allowed from the top of that bed, okay, or top of that filter. Okay, so this filter which consists zeolite bed instead of the sand bed. Okay, so okay, so you can see the hard water from the top, bottom you can see the soft water on the left side, which consists of waistline for the cleaning of zeolite, and at the top again on the left side of the top you can say NaCl solution. So that NaCl solution which is used for the regeneration of the zeolite. Okay, that is called as regenerator. Okay, so this zeolite it is the same like a sand filter in which the filtering medium is a zeolite rather than sand. Okay, so the hard water enters through the top and is evenly distributed on the entire zeolite bed. The softened water is collected through the strainer at the base when the significant portion of the sodium in the zeolite has been replaced by the calcium and magnesium, and it is regenerated by using the NaCl solution, that is brine solution. Okay, so you can see the next. Okay, so hard water is allowed to pass from that top of water which is passed through the bed of zeolite, and that hardness is removed in the form of zeolite, that is calcium zeolite and magnesium zeolite. Okay, and you get the soft water at the bottom of that process, or bottom of that container. And if you want to clean, you can use this west line and you can clean the zeolite bed. And for the regeneration we can add the brine NaCl solution, that is a salt solution, NaCl salt solution from the top, and which can be again replaced as a sodium zeolite and as act as a regenerator. Okay, so this water process, for softening of water by zeolite process, hard water is percolated at a specific rate to the bed of zeolite kept in cylinder. The hardness causing ion, that is calcium ion and magnesium ion, are retained by the zeolite as calcium zeolite and magnesium zeolite. Okay, so this sodium zeolite is going to be converted into calcium zeolite and magnesium zeolite, and that hardness is removed at the bottom of that cylinder. Okay, so while the outgoing water contains sodium salt. So after some time, the zeolite is commonly converted into the calcium and magnesium zeolite. Okay, and it convert into the soft water. So at this stage, the supply of hard water is stopped and exhausted zeolite is reclaimed by retaining the bed of concentrated 10% of brine NaCl solution. Okay, so you can see this is what the zeolite, how it regenerate. Okay, so regeneration process. So calcium zeolite or magnesium zeolite, okay, with addition of NaCl, that is brine solution, sodium chloride, which again replace that calcium magnesium by sodium zeolite, that is reclaimed zeolite. Okay, Na2Ze, sodium zeolite, and again calcium chloride or magnesium chloride, which removed by the washing. Okay, so the washing which containing calcium chloride and magnesium chloride to drain, and regenerated zeolite thus obtained is used again for the softening purpose. Okay, so in this way, this calcium zeolite and magnesium zeolite are removed in the form of calcium chloride and magnesium chloride, and that zeolite is converted into the sodium zeolite, and which is act as a refresh bed for the softening. Okay, so that process is called as regeneration. So some of the limitations of this process and some of the advantages of this process of zeolite. So what are the advantages of zeolite process? So the first thing is no sludge formation. So no problem of disposal of sludge. That is a very important thing. So what is that? No sludge is formed, and hence there is no problem of sludge disposal. Second, the unit is compact and can be operated easily without any skilled supervision. Okay, so there is no any difficulty in treating water of varying quality. Okay, so there is compact unit and operated easily, so without skilled supervision. Next, it reduced up to 100% of hardness of water. So that means water of zero hardness can be obtained at by using this water softening process, that is called as zeolite process. Okay, so as the plant is compact, automatic, and easy to operate, and as the raw material itself is easily available and the cost of the process is low. Okay, so that is running cost, operation cost, and maintenance cost is less as compared to other process. Okay, and this process also removes iron and manganese from that water. So these are the various advantages of this process of the zeolite, so that this process is used for the removing hardness from water. Okay, so the zeolite process will result in a water of zero hardness, but mostly this zero hardness water is not suitable for the public supply. So this hardness removal of water is going to add into the, or soft water that going to be added into the unsoft water, and finally that mixed water is obtained the desired water quality, and that going to be supplied for the purpose. Okay, so this process, that is water softening process or zeolite process, having some of the disadvantages. So what are the disadvantages? So you can see this is what the limitations of this process. Okay, so This method is not applicable for the water which having the high turbidity. It is mainly because the suspended particle gets deposited around the particles of zeolite and obstruct the functioning. Same like a bed of filter, as highly turbid water that going to be obstruct the sand filter for the passing of water. Same like if water contain high turbidity, that is what the suspended particles gets deposited around the particle of zeolite and obstruct the functioning of zeolite bed. Okay. So high turbid water is not allowed in this process. Second, the water containing iron and manganese cannot be treated by zeolite because of the chemical reaction of iron zeolite and manganese zeolite are formed and they cannot be converted back into the sodium zeolite. Okay, so the zeolite unit is needed to be operated very carefully, otherwise it may be damage to the equipment. So and quality of water. So that is the one of the important thing. Okay, so the first disadvantage is this process is not suitable for treating highly turbid water because the suspended impurities get deposited around the zeolite and thus cause obstruction to the working of filter, and the process leaves sodium bicarbonate water, thus causing the foaming industrial and boiler feed waters. Okay, so these are the some of the disadvantages of this process. So advantages, as we already discussed, it requires less time for the softening, it is quite clean, require less skill for the maintenance as well as operation, and processes automatically adjust itself for variation in hardness in incoming water. No impurities are precipitated. The equipment used is compact, occupying a small space, okay, and it removes the maximum hardness from that water. Okay. So these are the some of the limitations and disadvantages, and some of the advantages like plant is compact, automatic, easy to operate, no sludge is formed, running operation and maintenance cost is less. Okay, there is no difficulty in treating water of varying quality, and zero hardness can be obtained. So this is all about the process of zeolite, where the zeolite which is used like a salt and clay, which is used structure like a sand, it is used for the removal of hardness, where the sodium zeolite is converted to calcium and magnesium zeolite, and for the regeneration of that zeolite we are going to add NaCl brine solution, and that again regenerated zeolite can be used afresh for the softening.